money and put it into assets tax efficiently, tax free. Then we use the assets to pay for our life. And then we're saving 100% of our wealth. Imagine how much faster your wealth could get if you could save 100% of it, not just what's left over at the end, right? We already showed you how assets compound faster than your income. So if your assets are paying for your life, instead of your income paying for your life, you can grow way faster. But you see, your financial advisor would never tell you this. Your CPA would never tell you this. You see, your CPA, your financial advisor, they manage money after this. Your financial advisor is helping you manage this part of the bucket right here. It's sort of like going to a doctor and them trying to diagnose you, but they never ran the blood work, right? So what we want to do is go, wait a minute, why am I just trying to manage this, what's left over? Why don't I look at this whole stack right here? Why don't I build a new stack so I can have 100% of my assets going, or my income going into assets, and I can manage that instead, right? That's the difference of what we want to do as a treasurer, as a treasury mindset. We're going to do that. Okay, so this is just a big part of what I call the treasury mindset, becoming a treasury. But what I want to really show you right now is exactly how the treasury system works and how you build it out. Okay, so now in order to really get this wealth ecosystem built out, the wealth operating system, as I like to call it, and really get the wealth building a flywheel to grow really fast, the first thing we want to do is we want to reclaim, we want to plug the holes in our bucket, we want to add the turbocharger onto the motor, however you want to talk about this. And so we want to plug the holes in the bucket. Now, I'm talking about taxes. As I already kind of just showed you, the single biggest expense is your taxes. Now, a lot of people don't know this. In the US, the tax code is about 7,000 pages, I believe. Only about 2% of that tells you what you're supposed to pay. The other 98% of that tells you the incentives that the government wants you to do. And so what that means is that the government needs me to invest. They need me to build, they need me to create jobs, create housing, invest in technology, things like that. And so they tell you, if you do that, we'll give you money for that. And so if I invest, if I buy assets along the way the government wants me to do that, I get money. We call that either tax depreciation or we call that tax credits. They can be one or either, all right? So let me just give you some basic formula. Okay, so let's go back to this 300K example, right? In this example, I was going to pay about 111K in tax. But let's just say that what I could do is I could acquire $300,000 in tax depreciation, and I could then zero out my tax bill. But let's not use that math. Let's say that's too aggressive. Let's just say you're just starting out. So let's say that I'm able to generate, I don't know, let's say I'm able to generate 100K in tax depreciation. How do you do that? Well, real estate, short-term rental real estate, oil and gas, solar credits. I did a whole video breaking all that down. If you want to watch it, we'll put a link to down in the show notes down below.